Nobody can stop me, nobody can hold me, nobody control me.
We should really just go off the last game, and it'll give us our order.
All right. So who is it?
Frank, Soul, me, and Marquez.
How did I know that? So Marquez, you first up.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, you're right.
We're going from the pause. We're going from the back.
Hey yo,
I said pause. I said the order, and then he said Marquez go first. So that's why I asked. We're going from the back pause.
hey, you ain't said it again too. Like,
He could
what
have
you on
said,
tonight,
now
bro?
that
What
would
you
have
on?
sounded bad too, because I was going to say, you could have said we're going from the bottom, but that sounds just as bad.
Yeah, it's all sound gay. All
There's
right.
no way that could have made it. Yeah, there was nothing they could do.
Okay. So we're doing top
They stop
12.
showing on the now later in the mic.
My bad.
Motherfucker Marquez.
I was just finishing off my Snickers.
That's sounding crazy.
Top 10. I mean, sorry, top 10. Top 12 WWE wrestlers who should have been a world champion. I'm gonna set it off with my guy, Shelton Benjamin.
All right, Shelton Benjamin. Why do you think Shelton Benjamin should have been world champion?
It all
You
started
got to
at
give us some
his
pros before
gold.
we give you some cons.
Gotcha. Okay, so pros. I would say he's probably like top 5 athletic talent in the ring. Dude had it all, honestly, when it comes to in-ring ability, and he even had the look. Even when he started doing the gold standard, like he had the look and the ability for it. His only con was that he could not speak at all. You didn't want to give him a mic. But you know who also had that problem? Brock Lesnar. So they gave him a mouthpiece. If they had given Shelton a mouthpiece to work with, this dude had the ability to be a world champion. Honestly.
Okay. I mean, you make a good point. He did have the presence. He did have the look. His in-ring capability is unquestionable. He definitely probably top 5 most athletic motherfuckers ever wrestled. So yeah, you make a good point. I give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, I mean that was gonna be my pick. So yeah, that's
Damn.
so yeah. I mean I'm gonna vote for that too.
My
Are
bad.
we each doing a pick and then voting, or are we?
Yeah, so for this one, we're each gonna make our own pick, give our explanation, and then we all gonna vote at that moment.
Yeah. Kudo, you say thumbs up or not?
Um. Yeah. Because there's been plenty of times where them niggas could have gave Shelton a run.
It ain't have to be a crazy long run or nothing, bro. They could have gave Shelton a month or two, bro. It ain't have to be nothing crazy.
Mm-hmm.
A cool little month or two, that'd have been perfectly fine, bro. A little 60-day, 65-day run. That's cool.
Because he was in the era of prime Triple H taking over, man. And I remember that one Raw where he beat Triple H, and I was like, "Yo, he could have a little couple week reign, and that'd be it."
Exactly. That'd have been perfect for him right there. Get and in the highlights from that match I seen, he definitely could have did something with that. They definitely dropped the ball there. So all right, 3 thumbs up for Shelton Benjamin. Kudo, who's your guy?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna start off something light for me, and I'm gonna go right back.
Ryback.
Hmm.
Why Ryback?
Because at the time he literally was one of the most over people on the roster. Like he was feuding with, I think, CM Punk, and it was like a whole Ryback CM Punk John Cena thing, if I can remember correctly. And like I said, like what I mentioned with Shelton, his reign didn't have to be a little crazy long reign, whatever, but could have had a quick little reign, but it's just because of how white hot he was at the time. Like everybody was fucking cheering for him. Everybody was doing the feed me more. So that's just me personally. I think Ryback should have been, if not WWE champion, a world champion, because that's when they had two belts. I think still.
Right. That time they was just still using Big Gold, right?
Yep.
Yeah. He definitely could have held Big Gold. Um. Yeah. I mean, with him, I didn't see a whole lot of his shit, but when I did, was like when I was catching up on wrestling, went back to look at some of them. He definitely got some big reactions. And honestly, I think he should have been champion just off the slapping that tuna into Ricky Stark's ear. So, fuck it.
Yo,
I'm gonna
Bully
give him a
Ryback
thumbs
was
up.
off some kind of perk, bro. I don't know what he was on, bro.
It was the fact that Tuna just sat there for a minute, like in his ear. With the phone. Oh man, I'm gonna give him a
Nah,
thumbs up.
I'm giving a thumbs up too. He was right. I'm like I'll pull that clip up later, but this nigga Ryback was like over. Them crowds was like extremely loud for this man. Like Feed Me More was selling like crazy. Like that was this man for sure should have been a world champion, but Vince was really in his Duffy of like it's Cena or nothing at this point.
I think if I had to compare the explanation of Ryback to the explanation of Shelton Benjamin's, I would give it a thumbs down, only because Shelton Benjamin was literally next to John Cena, Randy Orton, and Brock Lesnar, and no one looked at him less than coming out of OVW. And I think that alone gave him a better case than Ryback. So I'll have to give it a thumbs down. If we can compare it like that to give it a thumbs down, I'll give it a thumbs down.
I mean,
No,
that's fair. That's
I
fair.
mean,
That's a
that's
fair
fair
assessment.
and
That's fair.
and very valid because when you put it like that, it actually puts shit way point of perspective. Because, like you said, he came out with all of them and was looked at equally.
You
Like
know what's
they
crazy? Now that he puts it in that perspective, now I'm going thumbs down. I'm going. This nigga was next to everybody in Nexus. Ain't nobody care about this nigga. Man, listen, that's thumbs down. F right back.
Yeah, I mean, dude was next to Justin Gabriel. We did not care.
Next to Darren Young.
He did not. He didn't look
next
out
to
of place.
Daniel.
He was just
Okay,
there.
yeah, thumbs down.
Thumbs
He was
down.
next to Darren Young.
Damn.
Next to Wade
That's
Barrett.
crazy.
Damn. Bro didn't. He had 2 picks and went to nothing. That's tough.
Oh shit!
That's wild. That's wild as hell.
So,
With that being said, I'm out.
That's wild as hell. He just like
I'm
Lost
ruining the
everything.
list. I'm ruining the list now. Fuck it.
it's funny. It's funny because when I was gonna pick Shelton Benjamin. My case was literally that, but I couldn't say it, so I figured I'd say it for the choices. So
That's crazy as hell.
All
So
right,
what's
so
your
it's on
pick?
you.
I feel like I'm doing this too early. I feel like Sheldon Benjamin kind of going to take this, but I'll just use it. My pick is this guy. He was actually trapped in the wrong time for him to flourish, and he's also trapped in a gimmick that just wouldn't let him flourish. My pick is Billy Gunn. I think Billy Gunn had everything, literally everything, but I think his gimmick was so over, but yet also a gimmick that you kind of at that time take serious to be in your main event scene like that ruined him. But I think that dude, no, he can go up against any of those top guys. He didn't look out of place ever,
He
and
didn't.
like dude was just he was everything. And I think his only issue was the
He
gimmick he
won fucking
has.
King of the Ring.
Yeah, like he had
when
everything.
and he won King of the Ring when that shit mattered. Like for real, for real.
Yeah,
True.
yeah.
You're
So
not
yeah,
wrong.
I mean that's my pick.
Yeah.
I
That
also think
motherfucker
his
was.
tag team was just so crazy over that he couldn't break away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
think that's his
it was just
biggest
a
bet.
lot in his way.
Yep. He was part of a tag team and a faction that was just so fucking over. It was hard to split him away from that
And on top
because it
of that,
was just
you are right. He was in like the wrong era to be in, because like one
Yeah,
singular belt, and the people above you are like just so on such a different level that's like
yeah.
it kind of
If he was walking in 2004, he probably would have been a 3-time champion. But he
at
walked in
least
at a horrible time. He probably would have had that edge spot if he walked in at that
yeah,
point.
yeah.
that. Wow, great observation. He definitely would have had that edge spot. Yeah, nah, Billy Gunn was definitely that guy. Cause like honestly, even with his gimmick being what it was, it could have been like a. I mean, hell, they could have did him like they was doing Shawn Michaels in the '90s. Because hell, Shawn was basically that same gimmick.
Yeah,
so, so it was like, yeah, it really could have been the same thing. And that motherfucker was a phenomenal in ring. Obviously had the look. Hell, he still got the look.
yeah. He had the
He
Mm-hmm.
mean
got
streak to
grown.
be a top heel too.
Yep,
Yeah, he could have done a
he
lot.
100% does.
If he was in
I'm definitely good.
WCW, they would have pushed him to the moon because he had the Southern accent and everything. Oh yeah, WCW would
If
have
he
ate
was
that
in
up.
WCW, he would have had Jeff Jarrett's spot over there,
Yeah, he would. They would have gave him everything.
and he would have done Jeff Jarrett better than what Jeff Jarrett did.
Yeah,
um, uh, yeah, I'm gonna give thumbs up to that.
Thumbs up or guns up.
that's funny.
That's funny.
Nah, nigga, fuck that, nigga. Thumbs down.
Oh wow.
I can't forgive Billy Gunn for being in Billy and Chuck, nigga. Fuck that. That marriage, I can't forgive that.
That's hilarious.
That's hilarious.
That was some gay ass shit.
Yo, that's crazy.
Not just some gay ass cops. That's crazy.
Y'all some gay ass wrestlers.
I guess that's just 2 thumbs up for Soul. Frank, who you got?
All right, so I'm gonna start off on the lower end as well, but I I feel like this is a very obvious person. I still feel like it's on the lower end. Ted DiBiase,
I had it for the next round. I ain't gonna hold you.
$1 million man. I mean that Ted DiBiase for most of uh golden the golden era. That motherfucker was like the top heel in wrestling for a good deal of the 80s. And it's like his gimmick was I mean it was perfect to be a heel. Like I'm richer than all of you and all you motherfuckers is beneath you. He had a great again something that I love, his finisher being a submission move. And like overall, bro was dope as fuck to the point he made his own belt. And his belt looked better than the fucking actual title. You don't want to give me a title, I'll create my own title. And then it looked better than the actual title did. It was a belt that
Wow.
only he had. It seemed important just because he had it. He could talk. He could go in the ring. He had the entourage. He had everything. For whatever reason, they just never decided to put the title on him, which made no sense to me because like this is the perfect heel to put a title on if you trying to build a if you want to build up a face, this is the perfect heel to put the title on to get them over.
Random side note: did you see that clip of when RVD when he was younger got into the ring
Yeah,
and
when he was a
had kiss
kid,
issues?
he shitted on a future WWE champion as a child. Great heel work. When he did that, he should have got the title. Plus these kids. That should have got him the title right there. All right, Marquez, on you.
Thumbs up.
Uh, yeah, Ted DiBiase is a good pick. Yeah, I'll give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, I give him a thumbs up. Nigga literally tried to buy the title, bro. Like that's
Right.
excellent. That's excellent heel work.
That's excellent heel work. Oh, you ain't gonna give it to me? Fuck it, I'll buy it.
Well, my friends, it looks like we have a standoff. We are going to the wheel. Oh, God. I couldn't just let me have this one picture.
Who was it? Ted DiBiase and Shel Benjamin?
Correct. All right, let's do it. Sad times.
Yeah, certain niggas not making this list gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Sad. Real sad times out here.
Shelton Benjamin might be like the epitome of this list.
Mm-hmm.
And him not being on it is crazy. That's gonna be
Yeah, like I feel
what
like
most
this list
people
was
think.
thought up.
It's crazy as hell.
Well, basically what you just said. So I don't know if you finished what you were saying, but yeah, this list was thought of with him in mind, and then he don't make it. That's crazy.
Yeah, I feel like when anyone talk about who should be champion, the first person you think about is the guy who didn't make the list. It's crazy.
Let's see. I'm gonna get a simple one out the way. Bobby Roode.
So wait, Question: are we not counting what world championships are we counting?
WWE and World Heavy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, all basically any main event titles in WWE.
Or if you want to go Universal, since that was a major title, you can do that too if you want. But just
Yeah.
the main titles on
Wait.
SmackDown brand.
Okay, cool. That makes it easier, somewhat.
Pretty much. But yeah, I'm going Bobby Roode. As we all know, his run in NXT as NXT champion was second to none at a great era of the black and gold. Like he was top tier. Shoot,
Some
even his
would
work in
say it was glorious.
yes, yeah, some would even say it was glorious. And my guy didn't have a shot in the world once he got to Raw and SmackDown. It seemed like Vince just had this man in the mid card or in the tag team thing because he had him with Gable and he had him with Dolph at one point. Like it was just random stuff that they had him doing. And then you had him shave his beard into the Rick Rude stash, and like it was just a whole lot, bro. Like all he really was I think U.S. champion. So yeah, but Bobby Roode for sure should have been a world champion. This man knew he could talk, could wrestle. His NXT resume shows it, and even his TNA beer money shows shows it, bro. Like he was the guy. World champ over. And his theme song? Don't forget the theme song.
Nah, his theme song was elite. One of the best theme songs in wrestling history, I believe. Bobby had a great run in NXT. I do wish he would have got a fairer shake on the main roster. The only reason I'm not giving a thumbs up though is because two things I think was even if Vince was fair, only reason I don't think he would have really tried to give him a main roster run is because main event title run is for two things: Bobby being older, and the fact that also I just don't. I kind of just saw Bobby as just being a mid card guy because I felt like he wanted to do just a little bit of wrestling once he got to the main roster, and then he was just wanting to move to the backstage part of basically doing what he's doing now.
Well, he was kind of forced to do that because of injury.
Yeah, and even so, his age around that time, he was close to what Damian Priest is. Because Priest is what, 40 or 41?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'll give it a thumbs down too. And the reason why is, the man had a full blown wrestling career before he got there, and I could be wrong, but for him to go to NXT after having such a long run in TNA, it seemed like it's almost as if he went there to help the younger guys get better. I feel like I feel like he was in the stage of, he was like, this is a terrible comparison, but he was kind of like Michael Jordan on the Wizards, kind of. It was just like, I'm here, but I'm not winning no championship or nothing. I'm here though. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like he just kind of showed up for stability. I feel like it was just past his prime, and like we can compare his age to Priest, but Priest just never had anything. He just a late bloomer coming in, but he never really had anything. So, of course he wanted to try to get something out of his career. Bobby Roode already had one. He had pretty much a whole legendary wrestling career. He just never had the stability of a WWE contract. So I don't know. I just think his age and his longevity. Did he deserve one? Sure, but if we talking about his current standing in WWE, where he was there, I don't know. I don't think so. I'm good. So I'll give it a thumbs down.
If he had came over earlier in his career and then never earned and never got a title, then I would have put thumbs up. Like if Bobby had came over and been like if he'd been there 5 or 6 years earlier and then ended up never getting a title after being on the main roster that long, then I'd have been like, all right, they might have missed something here.
Yeah,
I don't think
they
he had
more
a long enough.
so. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, my bad.
No, I was just saying. I think it would have been then. After that amount of time put in and they didn't give him a title, then I would have been like, all right, that's kind of fucked up. He should have had a championship by now.
Yeah, it's kind of like trading for a star too late. It's like you shouldn't expect an MVP from him.
Right.
I'll
It was Adrian Peterson on the Redskins.
I'll
Exactly.
that's crazy. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up, but I'm just gonna say that not everybody should be a world champion. Like I could make we could make a point that Bobby Roode would never be like WWE champion, but he could have held, big gold or even, to a lesser extent the universal title for a brief moment if they gave him the push to do so. But him being at the height of NXT just based on what he did, that gets him one of the mid card titles on the main roster.
Right.
And
Because
also,
I
I'm
don't see
sorry.
him going. I don't see him going higher than that unless he changes something or they see that they can make him even a transitional champ. I don't know, but just that's his height for WWE. But like I
Yeah,
said, you can make a point that he can get the secondary big title but I don't see him being like the main guy.
There's 2 thumbs down and 1 thumbs up. All right, Kudo, who's your guy?
Um, I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Umaga.
that's a great choice.
That's a great choice.
Like
He really got to explain that one.
I shouldn't have to explain it, but it's just like, come on, bro. Like this man was feuding with John Cena. Now, granted, that was the height of popular Cena, and we all knew the outcome of that. But I'm just like, you couldn't do a little belt swap, little one time, real quick, because Umaga was destroying everybody. Like I hated this nigga. Because this is at the point of time where I'm like, I'm teenager, I'm liking all the popular people. Here come Umaga, just like, nah, nigga, fuck your heroes. And he had fucking his manager, Armando Estrada, just in the back talking shit. So it's like this month he had everything. This was literally Samoan Brock Lesnar.
I mean, it was really heavyweight Jacob Fatu.
Umaga did everything, and like I just think that I think he held the Intercontinental title, but it's like y'all could have gave him, a world title run. Not even WWE. I could understand if y'all don't want him to beat John Cena, but I don't. There wasn't really that many people who was holding the world heavyweight title at that time that y'all couldn't put that shit on Umaga for a hot minute. Build somebody up and build a face up to take it from him. But that's just me personally. I just think Umaga should have been World champ.
He could have had a Mark Henry run, or Mark Henry had the Hall of Pain. He could have had a run like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know I'm giving that a thumbs up.
Yo, when he beat down Maria Kanellis, yeah, thumbs up.
Oh, I remember that. That was hilarious. Man, he's make that little Samoan spike. The way he did it, he used to look devastating.
His
Sure
shit
look like
used to it looked like it was killing motherfuckers with that.
Yeah, they used to
Man,
really
his
sell that
Samoan
thing.
drop, bro.
niggas was coughing up blood at that shit.
Right,
It
yeah.
was like
but
it was like
definitely-
if Rikishi went rogue or something. Like if Rikishi just went crazy. That's Umaga.
for him to be that size and be that athletic was crazy, bro.
Yeah, that was
And
nuts.
he was that motherfucker was just a savage. Motherfucker was like a beast for real. He was destroying motherfuckers. So yeah, they 1,000% dropped the ball with not giving him the title. So yeah, thumbs up for sure. So it's on me, or is it on Soul?
Oh yeah, it's me.
Yeah, it's on Soul.
I have some names, but I don't know if I want to go that early. I guess should I throw this name? I'll throw this name out. I think Umaga gonna take it because that's a great pick.
Yeah.
So I'll go Matt Hardy.
Mm.
That's interesting.
I think Matt Hardy. Jeff Hardy was always more popular, but I felt like Matt Hardy had better gimmicks. I feel like Jeff low key. And there's no disrespect to Jeff Hardy. I love Jeff Hardy. I always did when I was younger. But Jeff Hardy was kind of
niggas love Jeff Hardy.
yeah, they do. But Jeff Hardy was 1,000% a one trick pony, but it was a great trick. I felt like Matt Hardy
That's hilarious.
heel work was so good that if they actually would have tried with him a little more, which TNA showed you, if you just try with them a little more, the guy can do it. And I just felt like, they always looked at Matt Hardy the way they looked at Christian. And I felt like, just like Christian, both of them was able to flourish better outside of the shadows of their tag partners. And they show what they can do alone. But, his brother was just too much of a shadow for him. Like, I thought that version 1 gimmick was amazing. Like, really amazing.
And his entrance music was fire.
Yeah, and he knew how to like talk. He knew how to talk. He knew how to really like annoy people with his promos and shit. Like he was a very I don't know. Matt Hardy had something. It's just Jeff Hardy was just too big of a shadow. In a good way. Jeff Hardy, I'm not saying that shadow is Jeff Hardy was like overrated. Jeff Hardy is properly rated. I just thought Matt Hardy could have had something too.
And then
I'm gonna go thumbs
serious
down.
side too.
And my thumbs down, honestly, it kind of is your last point of it and something else. So as you pointed out, he couldn't get out of his brother's shadow. He
Yeah.
couldn't find something else to do. Like I get it, he was doing his version 1 gimmick and he, had some other side. Who's that one white guy he was with that one time? I forgot his name.
Shannon Moore.
Yeah, like he did some stuff with him, and that wasn't. I don't know. That wasn't really clicking for me. And I mean, look, ECW gave him a world title, but like, what did that really like show for him specifically at that time?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm basing it off of like, the way what he was able to do outside. Like same thing with Christian. I just feel like the only way they flourished is when their people was away. Like when they was there, when like it's just they can only flourish when that shadow was out the way. Did they show what they can do? But again, you got to be able to get out of that. Like Sheldon Benjamin, he had a huge shadow, but that shadow wasn't in his way because he was just that good. So, I get it. That's a good point.
I'm gonna
You
go.
like that?
I'm gonna go thumbs down, just because I feel like y'all said, he couldn't get out of Jeff's shadow. If that motherfucker would have found his way to the broken gimmick during his time in WWE, like he was younger, you definitely put the title on that nigga. But I don't know if Matt Hardy early on was even like world champion like ready even for a quick run. I don't know. And that's part of the reason why I'm saying no is because I don't know if you could have put it on him like that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Pause.
I was just about to say, hey, yo.
Yeah, that's a crazy
I
pause.
was just I was like, let me let him finish this statement before I say it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put myself in mute on that one.
Yeah, I think continue.
I'm gonna go thumbs up actually because I feel like they could have really done something with the version one joint. Not only that, Matt Hardy showed to me also being able to be world champion. You got to show that you can be believably serious. And to me, he showed that, especially during his feud with Edge, when the whole shit with him and the Edge and Lita and all that shit was going on. He showed he could be taken serious in that. And Matt has had some great matches. And now, something that So pointed out with Jeff being a one trick pony, and while it is a great fucking trick, you saw from Matt was the overall better actual wrestler. Jeff just took more chances, and that's what drew people to him. He was, the high flyer and shit, and he might have been a little bit more athletic than Matt, but Matt was the better wrestler, and he was capable of having great matches just as much as Jeff was.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, the better talker of the two.
Right.
So yeah, I think Matt had they gotten behind Matt for real like they did Jeff, he probably could have and should have been world champion. Especially when getting into that feud with him and Edge, like that would have been cool if a title was on the line in that. A title other than Lita.
That's funny. That's crazy. That was like his biggest championship. That dude always with Lita.
Yeah,
Because
that's
like
yeah.
I would say Edge, and when he turned on Jeff were probably like his two, like
Kane was lit. I don't know if you remember that time. Him and Kane, that was lit. That was a weird time too, though.
Yeah, that nigga. He did feud with Kane, right? I forgot about
Okay,
that.
because Kane got Lita
Yeah, because
pregnant.
something always involved Lita, Brad.
Yeah, Lita was his world title. That's why they never gave him one.
Yo, imagine your ex getting pregnant and you still mad at the nigga that got her pregnant. That's crazy.
Yeah, then Snitsky killed the
Kicked
baby.
that kid. I didn't
Lita was
Snitsky getting this.
That's crazy.
Snitsky, my next pick. I'm kidding. All right,
That's
go
tough.
Frank. Frank.
So my next pick, I'm gonna keep it a little bit old school. I was actually kind of surprised when I looked back into this guy and saw he had never actually had the title. He was another major heel from the '80s, Roddy Piper.
Damn it.
Uh,
Damn it.
I I can't understand for the life of me how you don't put that belt on Roddy Piper. Like
because you had to make sure everybody
that,
else had like a 4-year ring.
like yeah, the long runs was killing momentum for people like that because it's like there's no reason why he couldn't have had and shouldn't have had a good solid run as a heel champion. Like Roddy Roddy Piper is one of the best talkers in wrestling history. Like easily top three. A lot of people would probably consider him the best talker in wrestling history. That alone should have been able to get him the title. But he could actually go in the ring as well. That motherfucker was extremely popular, super over, like outside of wrestling. Like that nigga was in movies and TV shows and shit. He was a big, huge deal back then. I don't understand how they don't capitalize on that. Like that's crazy to me. Like Roddy Piper definitely should have been champion at some point, for sure.
Now, I'd never experienced his work live. Wiser probably has. Probably watched it in the front row. But I the only work I've seen from Roddy Piper is when when he showed back up for those legend shows, and even then, in his old age at that time, like his segment with the Shield when they had Piper's Pit is a must watch. Like that dude definitely still could cut promos like he was still in the 80s. Like like his talent never went away. So I'm going thumbs up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go thumbs up on that one. Like you definitely could have put the title on that dude and still had your Hogan feuds or whatever.
Right.
Like it just
Hogan.
makes it just makes perfect. Like that's your number one heel. Why would you not put your title on the number one heel when you have a over as fuck babyface? Makes
Right.
it. This could have made
Yeah.
this could have made a lot more money.
Hogan.
I mean, I feel like that's a no-brainer. But then it's like, I mean, cause I don't know. Because when I think about the environment at that time, we talk about the 80s, where like Hulk Hogan is like kind of funding this company. And it's like they was big, but they wasn't big like they are now, where it's like, oh, they can throw anybody the belt and they're still a $1 billion company. I just wonder, was Vince like kind of nervous to pull triggers like that because he was still trying to build this to another level? And it wasn't really, I mean, I think they was just now really getting lit in like WWE with Hulk Hogan. But at the same time, Roddy Piper, that dude was great. So,
Yeah.
although I kind of understand why he wasn't, I'm gonna go thumbs up.
His popularity, he was one of the few wrestlers whose popularity was damn near essentially matching Hogan's. Like, just like Hogan was in movies and shit, so was Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
And
Then
and
you also
Hogan
got to
was just
count.
Go
My
ahead.
bad. No, I was gonna say you also got to count the land of the giants idea. It was just kind of like if he didn't have that larger than life field, they didn't care,
Yeah.
But either way, I felt like Roddy was popular enough to hold that belt. So Yeah, I get definitely a thumbs up.
All right, so two of them got.
Yep, you and Kudo. So Umaga and Roddy Piper will be duking it out on the wheel. It's a shame they had to come to this. All right, let's do it.
Hey, you know what? Don't even do the wheel. Just put Umaga on the list.
Interesting. So you decide to forfeit your pick and put Umaga on the list.
Listen, I know I can take a bow out. I'm cool with that. I would feel a type of way if Umaga didn't make this list. That motherfucker was amazing.
Sheldon Benjamin over his sidekick in the air right now.
Yeah, he definitely angry right now. He my nigga angry as hell right now. That's
Sheldon
crazy.
definitely get a nigga the fucking Kevin Hart nigga.
He just T-bone suplexes pillow.
And that is hilarious.
That dude is done.
The T-Bone suplex.
That's crazy.
Shelton Benjamin bag was crazy in the ring.
Man,
That nigga could do all the shit the high flyers could do, but could still do everything Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar could do as well. It's fucking crazy.
that boy Shelton different. But
That's kind of how Jacob Fatu is right now. That nigga can do everything that Umaga, Brock, Jeff Hardy in his prime, and some more shit.
I'm sorry, I gotta do it. I have to. It's a must. We're already here.
Three crossroads and from behind. Oh no, he's Jacob back. Fatu, top rope, lights out.
A 300-pound whisper in the wind is crazy.
Why he gives to the top rope so easy?
Yeah, it's so beautiful too to see it.
Like, that shit is insane, bro. Nobody that big should be that fucking athletic. Why are you that athletic, bro? That's ridiculous.
Man, it's out of control, bro. They can't once it's all said and done. This man will be a world champion.
feel like he won't. I feel like he's gonna be one of them people where we're gonna be like he should have been.
Triple H would really fumble completely if this man don't ever touch the belt. Kind of like somebody else that I'm gonna mention next.
I mean, you don't really have to, but are you gonna make your case?
I mean, that was your segue right there.
That was my segue, but then I thought about I'm like, I can't waste it now. I gotta wait for later. So never mind. I'm going somebody else. I'm gonna go with Rhino.
Interesting.
What number we at?
We at number 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We pick number 10. Rhino started out as like a tag team guy, I believe, in ECW. And like you could clearly see this dude was just what his name, stated. A Rhino. This dude was like outshining them dudes by a mile. And he was in ECW for like 2 years, I think. Then he went over to the E, and even over there, bro, the gore itself, it stood apart from a normal spear. Like it legit was like a spectacle to witness when this nigga gored somebody and cut him in half. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't never heard this man speak in my life, so I have no clue if he could cut a promo or not. Y'all would have to let me know about that. That one, I have no clue. But I do know he can work.
I can tell you, no, he cannot.
You cannot. It's all right. We'll stick somebody with him. Oh man. Yeah, stick somebody with the man beast, and you got yourself an easy world champ. Easy, like.
Kudo, what you say? Oh, you go ahead, so.
No, go ahead. I mean, anyone can go. I'll wait.
You know what's funny? I can't remember. Was it? I think it was the first SmackDown versus Raw game, and I played the season mode with Rhino, and that nigga was world champ. It looked weird, but I was like, yo, this man and the gore was fucking phenomenal. Fucking finishing move. Um, I'm gonna. I'm gonna say thumbs down, just because I don't. I don't see him. I don't see him being a world champ. I see him like most people being one of those high mid card people. I don't. I don't fully know if he could carry the WWE or even the World Heavyweight Championship. Like I don't know if that would. I don't know. I can't see that as being believable to me. So that's my reason.
Yeah. Uh, that's another guy. I would have. If you would have said that guy, this other guy, I would have said thumbs up. But I don't know. I guess I'm just a victim of not watching a lot of ECW, and like his gore was fantastic, but your one move not going to push me to saying he should have the world title. So I thumbs down too.
Yeah, the gore, while amazing, always was a highlight whenever it happened. Outside of that, there's not much else to Rhino. Like the gore was really a huge selling point on Rhino because everybody knows how great of a finisher it was. But like outside of that shit, it was like there's really not much else to him. I mean, maybe a couple suplexes. He he didn't talk. Fuck, couldn't talk. He didn't talk, and then like I don't know if I've ever heard the man say more than two sentences. So yeah, I'm going to go the thumbs down on Rhino.
Very fair points. I respect it.
Kudos.
Um, I'm gonna go with Mr. Kennedy. Like that. What was it? 2007, 2008 kind of time frame. He was feuding with the Undertaker, and like that was like damn near one of the biggest feuds on that show. And I thought you can get his dude a little quick run. I mean, he won Money in the Bank in like uh, '07, I believe. So I was like, okay, they're gonna put one of these titles on this dude. He got injured, and then shit happens backstage. But he was, to me anyway. I don't know about y'all, but he was very entertaining on the mic, promos, just overall, his overall presentation. It was, to me, right at that time, it was different. Dude coming out doing his own fucking introduction was fucking phenomenal. But yeah, I think he could have been. I'm not gonna say WWE champion, but he definitely could have been, world heavyweight champion on that brand for a moment. And I could believe it.
And part
I'll
of my
say
journey
this.
catching up on that, I from what I saw from Mr. Kennedy, I was sold on him. I would have believed him as a heel champion.
I'll say this. I
Yeah, go ahead.
personally, like he could. You're right. Like at that around that time when I was there around the time he was working and with everybody and stuff. And honestly, yes, he did have his own like introductions and he could work in the ring and he was good at promos. My only problem with Mr. Kennedy really was his look. Like I personally, and that's just me, like I didn't like he was great with those other stuff, other statistics, but his look just didn't scream like champion to me personally. I didn't like the way he looked at all. like not even a smidget. He didn't have to I'm holding the belt and you got to beat me for it kind of look to it.
Yeah. There's a thing where like this is gonna be kind of messed up, but it is what it is. When everyone like if you're on the if you're on a basketball court and everybody suck, but it's one guy who just happened to hit some threes, he'll look like the best dude on the court. And I think that's what Kennedy was. It was a lot of bad wrestlers around, so we had to pick somebody. So it had to be him. Not saying he wasn't entertaining, but he didn't have a lot of competition. So it was very easy for us to be like, oh, yeah, I'm sold on that guy. It's like, yeah, I'm sure, you would be sold on him because there's no one to sell you on anything. It's kind of like being on a bad team and you only got like 10 wins this season. And somebody still got to get 25 points, So I give it a thumbs down.
Kevin Martin on the Sacramento Kings.
There you go.
I'm gonna always come through with the sports analogy. I mean, like I said, I went back and looked at him. I liked him. I thought he was a believable heel. Standing up as far as going at the people that was on the brand, and honestly, he would have been a believable heel champion to me. He didn't have to have no super long term run. And I look at this. I look at it. I would have appreciated and thought it would have been a better idea for him being champion over somebody like a Jack Swagger.
Right.
Nah, I can agree to that. I can agree that Swagger should have never
So,
held that belt.
so that's why I'm giving him a thumbs up.
That's a good point, though. Well, was he interesting? Was he there when Swagger won?
I think he might have left right before.
Yeah, he left right before like 09-ish.
Yeah, cause I think that's around the time he went to TNA.
And Swagger won in what 2010? Yeah.
Yeah, well.
But like Swagger literally got his spot.
Like I don't know if y'all remember what Mr. Kennedy looked like, but like if he was built like Hardcore Holly,
Mr. Kennedy looked like if Dane Cook was on steroids and about a half a foot taller. That's how Mr. Kennedy looks. He looked like pro wrestling Dane Cook.
That's who the fuck I thought it was when he first appeared. I said, "Yo, I just saw this nigga. I just saw this nigga doing a comedy special." And I was like, "Oh, that's not him. Oh, that's crazy."
That's funny as hell because that's when Vicious Circle by Dane Cook came out too. Oh,
Yeah.
9/2010.
Vicious Circle was lit, bro. I don't care what nobody say. Vicious Circle was fucking amazing.
It was. It was funny as hell. It was around that time period. That's on you, Kudo. No, you just went. It's
I
on
just,
Soul.
so
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how you guys gonna feel about this, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Arn Anderson.
I like that.
Because
I like
dude,
that.
The enforcer.
Arn Anderson, he had everything. He really did.
Everything.
To this day, when he dropped the promo on Cody, I was engaged like this dude was about to challenge for a belt. Like he can talk, his move set was great. He got the best spine buster of all time. The
Easily.
dude just he knew how to. He had the aura of a menacing guy. Like he could have been like a calm, like, and I guess he was kind of calm, but like he had this like calm demeanor, but yet had the viciousness in the ring like a Chris Benoit. Like the dude was perfect, and I don't know, like I don't even consider it like oh Ric Flair shadow, because I wouldn't even say that, because he's honestly, when it comes to the Four Horsemen, he's him and Ric Flair is the only two people I can remember immediately.
If
Everyone
people
else,
are being honest, it's him, Rick, and two other dudes.
Basically, like in my world, 1000%. I don't even remember the other two names, but I know them two. So
his brother is one of the other ones, Oli, and then the insert random name here, because it seemed like the fourth one was always changing. I want to say the longest tenure as far as that setup was probably Barry
Windham and Tully Blanchard.
Barry Windham. Between them two, they alternated the most. So yeah, but for me, I would say first of all, 100% thumbs up. Arn Anderson. I'm trying to figure out the best way how I can describe Arn Anderson's presence. He's almost like if you ever see a movie or a TV show where there's a main bad guy or villain, and the main bad guy or villain is he's a threat, but the biggest threat is really his henchman. His henchman is more dangerous than he is, like his right hand man. And he almost has this quiet demeanor to him, but that motherfucker vicious. That's the aura that Arn Anderson gives off. Like Flair is bad, but Anderson is way worse. You would actually rather have to go through Flair other than going through Anderson.
Yeah, I felt like I'm thinking about it in real time. The best example of Flair and Anderson was when Steph Curry and KD was on the same team, where it was like Steph Curry's burning all over the place, and everyone's so like paying attention so much to Steph, and they look up, say, "Oh my God, KD has 45. What the hell just happened?" And it's just like we staring at Steph so much, we don't even realize there's a 7-foot killer over here that we also can't stop. You know,
Exactly.
And I feel like them too. I feel like that's kind of what Arn Anderson was.
That's a great analogy. Yeah, thumbs up for me on Arn Anderson for sure. Best spine buster of all time.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up, bro. That spine buster was
Between you
fucking
and I, Cody,
immaculate.
you
This
pull
nigga
up to
here,
a
bro.
red light, a man jerks your door open, says, "Out of the car, I'm taking your car." You say, "Okay, take it. Just don't hurt me." You know what I do? I pull out the Glock, put it on his forehead, and spill his brains all over the concrete.
And he meant that shit too.
Cody,
That wasn't a promo. That was him talking to his nephew. He meant that shit.
Hey, I don't know how it was being like a wrestler back then when you had fucking four horsemen running around. But if I'm if I'm attacking Flair and them, and I see Arn come out, nigga, I'm out of there, bro.
Yeah, the
Y'all,
rest of them niggas, I'm like, we'll take them. Arn come out the door. I'm like, hey, it's time to get the fuck up out of here.
y'all got it, nigga. I'm hitting. Hey, we got to go, bro. Arn coming, bro. We got.
I don't know what this nigga capable of. Let's get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, we got to go. Y'all
Nah,
see,
that
Arn got a gun in his bag. We got to go.
Yeah, he got the shotgun in his bag right now.
all right. I got a pick for y'all. Now, yeah, it's gonna come out of left field, but I'm gonna just say this person because I was a big fan of this person, and I feel like fuck it, they never really got their just due, even if they wasn't necessarily world title material, as far as maybe like how people thought of them in ring, they were phenomenal. D'Lo Brown.
You looking at the real deal now.
You looking at the real deal now. Nah, he had music. He had a look. And D'Lo Brown was fucking phenomenal in the ring, bro. He could
I like this
actually,
frog splash.
believe it or not, he really could talk. It was just all the extra shit that he was doing to probably make people not take him serious. But if he wanted to be, I believe he could have been very serious. But yeah, like D'Lo could go in the ring, and he made people look good. So yeah, D'Lo Brown.
I'm gonna thumbs it up just off his entrance. The next swivel was crazy, bro. Also, I like this frog splash.
Yeah, he had a clean frog slash. His don't get mentioned enough.
Yo, he had some height on his frog splash, if I can remember right.
Bro, he got up there on his frog splash.
Yeah, we don't have plenty of. We don't have. There's only like a small amount of other African American wrestlers that we can name that could have been a champion, and I'd say he's one of them.
Yeah, I gotta give it a thumbs up just for the music, bro. I still say that shit randomly, just out of nowhere. You're looking at the real
deal now. Nigga, I used to. That was my go-to move on the trampoline. You know, be on the trampoline doing wrestling moves. Nigga, the sky high was my move. I used to do that on the trampoline and at the swimming pool.
I mean, just if I'm gonna be consistent on kind of how I look at all of it, I mean, dude, I don't know, because D'Lo was great. D'Lo was a victim of circumstance, and
yeah,
sometimes,
for sure.
And sometimes, man, I felt like he was a perfect mid-carder. I just felt that he kind of was like, this might be a bad comp, but he kind of was like their Dolph Ziggler of the Attitude Era, where it was like you can place him wherever, but if you want to put some if you already got main eventers, but you want to still have some meat, some good what's the word I'm looking for? Like good substance still on your card instead of being top heavy, he was beautiful for that. So I feel like he was a great transition heading into the main event of shows. So I would go thumbs down just because he was too perfect as where he was for what he was at.
Yeah.
Like it didn't seem out of place at all. Like he seemed like it's a couple guys like that. And it's not technically a bad thing. It's just, dude, you found your spot. It's kind of like, Yeah, it's kind of like if you're again on a basketball team, it's like, hey, Ginobili, I know you can be a starter, but man, you bring so much heat when the starters are out. That's helping us
with
for when we get to that fourth quarter spot. That
the
we
six
kind
man.
of need you to be that sixth man. So I felt like he was the perfect for that. Like he helped them bring substance to their roster.
A point you made too, I think that harms him is that he just a victim of circumstance because with him being in the Attitude Era, it was the main event scene was so crowded with insane talent that it was just difficult to break through and get into that main event scene because we talking about it's the Attitude Era. We talking about Austin, Rock, Taker, Michaels, Triple H, Angle, like just utterly fucking ridiculous all
Yeah, see,
around.
them niggas was top heavy back then.
Yeah, and that's what I'm
Extremely.
saying. You're so top heavy. We still need people coming off the bench and
Kane,
contributing.
Kane, Mankind.
Mankind, exactly. Like that's 8 people right there that's consistently in the main event scene.
Yeah. Then you had guys like Jericho and them breaking in too.
Jericho, borderline, coming in, borderline breaking in. It was
And I
yeah.
mean, that circumstance enough should
Big
tell you
Show
what's
as
going on.
well.
Big shows, yeah.
But you got Jericho trying to break in. Jericho is trying to break in. So it's kind of like
Exactly. That tell you how brutal that shit was. Jericho was the odd man. Him and Big Show were the odd men out.
7 feet, 500 pounds trying to break into the main event.
Yeah. I don't know if you can make it here, kid. With the 7 foot, 500 pound giant.
This was that was Swole Big Show too. That wasn't even Fat Big Show. That was Swole Big Show trying to break in.
Facts.
That was the Big Show that was able to jump over the ropes to get in the ring. He didn't walk over, he jumped over them to get in the ring.
Yeah, the motherfucker was hopping both foot. Like what the fuck? Like he was getting into a convertible or something.
That's a random episode that I seen like probably a few months ago where Big Show jumped off like out the ring. So he jumped the rope and landed on his feet out. And it was like, all right, this dude is ridiculous.
Yeah, the crazy athleticism for somebody of that fucking size.
Kind of wish Big Show never won the title. That'd be a great what if.
He would have been a great what if, right? So
right.
Souls pick one, right?
Yes, Arn Anderson is on there.
Yeah. That was a great pick.
It was.
Yeah, we like 3 picks in, and we like an hour and something in. It's crazy.
Hey man, it's one of those lists, bro. It's one of those. So my next pick, I'm gonna take a guy who honestly was in the same faction as Frank's guy. Give me Farouk, Ron Simmons. Be real with you. I'm gonna be real with you. 1000%, he had world championship potential. APA, like once that split happened, and like he wanted JBL to come with him, say, "Hey, bro, we stepping out," and JBL's like, "Nah, I'm kind of low key gonna stay here." And JBL got to frame his own image. Like, I have zero clue what happened to Ron Simmons after that because I felt like that nigga went into limbo. Like, this man had every single thing possible: presence, in-ring ability. You could talk, full package, everything. I just have zero clue what the hell happened to him after that split happened. Because JBL found his like I don't know where the hell Ron Simmons went.
Here's the thing. I don't know if you're done yet, so I'm gonna let you finish.
Nah, I'm done.
So
Maybe
the
I can
thing
tell
is,
me what happened.
one,
I don't know what happened.
number one, Farouk is actually way older than you think. So when that split happened, that dude was old as hell, like old as hell. So I thought they was kind of always just sitting down all the time. They wasn't really wrestling because dude was old as shit. It's probably why they split him up. Number one. Number two, he couldn't talk back in his prime. He got better when he was able to just do it. But if you go back to like 96, 97, you listen to his promos, he used to write them on his hand. And if you watch him again, you'll see him always reading his hand all the time, and you'll never unsee it again. He used to do that all the time. Like he always like if you watch him back in the time with Nation, he always talked with his hand like in his face constantly, and you'll see him literally reading it. That once you like notice, you'll be like, whoa, this dude reads his promos. Like he did it all the time, and maybe other people did do it too, but his was like so obvious because he always would glance at his hand and like talk with his like smacking his hand all the time to like find ways to constantly read it. It was kind of like egregious when you notice it. But Farouk was in the main event scene in '96, so and he had everything. He had, like that nation domination leader gimmick was fire. So. With all that being said, and me pretty much just downing him the whole time, I'm giving a thumbs up.
So they had me in the first half.
Not gonna lie. Yeah, Farouk's a solid pick. Like like you said, the only thing as far as what Marquez looking at is the timeline why he felt like he could have been champion. He's off on that because I think you have a misunderstanding because of how good a shape you saw him in the Attitude Era to how old he actually was. So yeah, if he was ever going to be in the main event scene, it would have been with that run with the Nation of Domination, and he was to a degree. They just never pulled the trigger. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up too. I feel like I'd be remiss if I don't say this. I feel like we kind of cheating because technically Ron Simmons was the first black world champion in professional wrestling because he did win the world heavyweight title. But the only reason I'm not counting that because that was that the WCW title or the NWA? Either way, he won that title, but it wasn't in WWE.
Yep, good point. I was thinking that too when he said it. I was going to say, wait, he won one, but if we only doing WWE, it don't count.
I think when JBL became a main eventer, I think that's when Farouk retired. If I'm correct on that.
He was out just yelling damn for the rest of his career.
Yeah, he was getting ready to retire. Yeah, man. Like I just caught up I was on the tail end of the Nation, like when Rock took over. So I didn't really get to see when I first watched wrestling. I didn't get to see the Nation with Farouk live like that. So I had to go back and watch. But yeah, that he could. I don't know if he could have had a run then, because like everybody was already like there. But I guess it's definitely a good ass what if.
Well, here's the thing, real quick, and I'll let you finish. But here's the thing: the Nation of Domination was happening in the New Generation era. They had nobody. He could have definitely done it.
Okay.
Facts. It honestly was no reason for him not to have the title then because, like you just said, they had nobody. Like this is how weak the New Generation era was. Mabel main evented pay-per-views at this time.
He was King of the Ring.
He won King of the Ring.
Okay, I didn't watch the New Generation era like that. So I didn't know what was going on. And then, okay, so definitely, then Vince fucked up because Vince could have definitely put the title on that nigga. Okay,
See, but here's the thing too. I have a feeling Shawn Michaels has something to do with this. Shawn
For
Michaels
obvious reasons.
shutting off everybody's chances. So
Sean was in the back talking about don't put that title on that nigga.
dude, he said that. Look, it's the reason why Stone Cold didn't drop the title to Triple H at SummerSlam '99. That's all
Oh, that's funny. All right, yeah, but yeah, like I said, I know I think it was WCW when he won the title, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think they had switched over to WCW at that time.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give it a. I'll give it a thumbs up just because it's definitely a good what if, and I would put the title on that nigga with the nation. That shit sounds lit.
Facts. Should have had the nation draped in gold. That would have been fire.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's solid. Uh, Kudo, what's your pick?
What number we at? This is
Actually,
9.
We at number 9.
He should. I'm gonna go with William Regal,
Mm,
and I think that the perfect time to put a title on that dude was 2008. He won the King of the Ring, and he was doing the heel. I think he was back and I think he was like this was after he was Raw GM, but he had won King of the Ring, and he was just this nigga was like damn near the main heel on Raw, and it was just like yeah, the power of the punch and the brass knucks and all that. I was like yeah, this dude's a fucking menace, and this theme song was lit. So I'm gonna go with 2008 William Regal.
I'm gonna give it a thumbs up simply because William Regal had multiple times in his career where he probably should have been the main champion. I'm just keeping it funky. That motherfucker was nice.
Yeah.
William Regal had everything. He had the look. The motherfucker could talk. Uh, obviously, he was phenomenal in the ring. Yeah, it was multiple times William Regal probably could have been champion. He could have got a good solid run and been an obstacle for a face champion for a 2 pay-per-view program. You ain't got to do a whole bunch. Like that's why I was like something for a face champion to go through real quick. Maybe he caught him lacking. All right, he beat him for the title. Face wins the title back, and then he beats him in the rematch, and then you move on to the next person. That would have been solid for William Regal. You get him he get the chance to be champion. It's believable. It helps get the face over and him over as a heel. So yeah, thumbs up for me on Regal.
Yeah, thumbs up. My guy Regal, I think he said in an interview that like he had wished that, or like not wish, but well, I guess wish. Pretty much, Bryan Danielson is the wrestler he wanted to be like. Pretty much, like he pretty much wanted to be the embodiment of that, and I guess the whole like how long did his alcoholic problem last?
Who's alcoholic problem?
I didn't even know he had one.
Yeah,
I was gonna,
he had mentioned that as soon as I think They had mentioned it in WWE, but it was on like a one-time thing. But they really mentioned it when he had got AEW and had the Black Combat Club and stuff like that. Like, I can't remember the full details on it, but
Damn, you said that was common knowledge. This is my first time ever hearing of this, that he was an alcoholic.
oh, it's not. Well, that's the thing.
Breaking news.
But long story short, here, Regal, he did, like, the man was a heel through and through, and that man could have been a champion, especially like because you were like in 08. I'm like, this dude could have been again years prior to that, 04, 05, like yeah, they had plenty of room to just put this man as world champ.
Hmm.
1,000%.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. I mean, especially because of the year you chose. I mean, my goodness. So yeah, I'm going with that. That's my only reason. The year you chose was like, honestly, you can say name anybody if you choose in 2008. I'm like, yeah, possibly. Let's go for it. All right, it's me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You know, I'm gonna go here, and it's actually a sin how bad this is just not working for him. I'm going with Rusev.
I knew it. I
Mm,
knew it. I knew it. I knew it. As soon as he said what he just said, it's a
damn
sin.
it.
I knew he was going to say Rusev.
I was
I
saving
I
thought
Rusev for later.
fucking knew it.
I thought he could slide a couple more picks, man. Damn.
Like,
Nope.
I mean, this dude has two separate runs and two separate companies that gave him the absolute deserving of a top championship.
Thumbs up.
Miro's United States run, Miro's TNT championship run are like ingrained in my brain. I mean, I feel like I don't have to say nothing.
You don't. You really don't.
Yeah, like, come on, man.
Rusev, barefoot Rusev, stomping on people's backs, spreading his toes on people's backs before he locked in the accolade. I ain't even never even played any of the WWE 2Ks. That Rusev needs to be a 98 overall.
Yeah.
He should be in a
That
legend.
motherfucker was in facts. That motherfucker used to be in his Duffy. His presentation alone, solely based off of WrestleMania 31,
It came out on a tank.
the way he was presented at WrestleMania 31, mind you, that was the first time I ever heard of or saw Rusev. Because that was my reintroduction back into wrestling after being gone for so long. So the first time I ever experienced Rusev was him coming out on a fucking tank and having this fine ass white bitch walk out here with his title, escorted by what looked like a military presence. I'm like, what?
It's crazy.
I was confused because I was like, hey, they got their world champion wrestling real early. Like, why is he wrestling so early? It's like, nah, this is just the U.S. champion. What the fuck is happening here? This nigga on a tank. What you mean?
You heard that. Do, 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 do. You said, yep, it's over.
Yep. As soon as I hear what I do, I said, "Oh shit, he finna lose." Because if it was my reintroduction to wrestling, but I know who that was, and I know he didn't lose.
Yeah, that dude. Yeah, and no, I don't know if y'all. I can't underestimate his TNT title run. The man literally was fighting for God.
That
He
man was
was
the
fighting
redeemer, bro.
the Redeemer, fighting for the Lord up above.
God's favorite champion.
Like, literally, he had to beat you because God told him to. I mean,
Yeah.
That's lit as hell, man.
And he took it so serious. He was like, I have no
He was
choice.
dead ass serious.
So the
Bro, that's what
promos.
made. Hold on. What Soul just said right there is what made that shit so cool. It's like, I have no choice. God told me to. Like, that's how he approached that shit.
And he
Like,
almost felt bad for beating him.
yeah, I was about to. I was just about to say, it's like, I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to do this to you, but I'm an instrument of God, and I must. That shit was so fire. Oh, and what happened with that?
Tony
I don't
Khan.
know. I don't know
Tony
why.
Khan. Tony Khan happened with that.
I don't understand why these companies don't want him to be great. I don't know.
What is happening? What is happening? Y'all done broke up his happy home. What is happening?
You'll think maybe Vince and Tony Khan are just Satanists. I don't know.
Yeah, they trying to ruin him because they've been trying to get Lana.
She ain't even with the company no more.
Yeah, my man's they literally brought his wife over for him to divorce her. For her to divorce him. Kind of crazy.
No, you said it right the first time. He the one that filed for divorce.
Oh, did he? Oh wow.
Yeah,
What?
This man was over, bro. This nigga had a whole this is Bray Day before Bray Day. This was Rusev Day.
Yeah.
man had a whole ass holiday.
Every day was
That's
Rusev Day.
This is how good Rusev is and how over Rusev was. They gave him one of the dumbest gimmicks ever, and that shit got so fucking over. When that nigga used to pop up, and be like, "It's Rusev Day."
Well, motherfucker Aiden English would be like, it's Rusev Day, and Rusev just come in that bitch. Oh man.
Oh shit! So yo, celebrate your own holiday every day is hilarious.
People like joining in with you and turning it into a holiday.
No, the Rusev Day chants were out of control, bro. Rusev Day was lit, bro.
Bruh,
It was fire. Like
lit.
I had the calendar and everything.
That was the time to put the title on that today. That would have been that's a perfect time. There was plenty of time, but that was like, yo, it's undeniable right now.
Son, they was chanting
So
Rusev
this,
Day at 80 English in the
so
Rumble. They was chanting at Lana in the Rumble. Like they just kept doing it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
so it's needless to say, this is 3 thumbs up.
Yeah.
uh, so far everybody's pick has gotten 3 thumbs up.
That's
So
actually terrifying.
Yeah, it is because I feel like we know who deserves it, and he might not get it. That's crazy.
yeah, because you got to go to the wheel, right?
Yeah.
Damn. All right, I'm gonna go with somebody who I was gonna take it back old school again, but no, I'm gonna stay current. Um, this guy was already proven that if he had a manager just based off his in ring skill alone, he definitely should have been a champion. Uh, great matches on a regular basis. He had the look, still has the look, still puts on good matches.
We the people.
I'm gonna I'm gonna go Cesaro.
Damn it.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's already add our 3 thumbs up.
Oh my god, bro. This is fucking
Ces-
rating rankings, bro. Cause this is it's going to the wheel, bro. God damn it.
Because Cesaro was over, bro. Cesaro is almost in that camp to where he can't really have a bad match. Like you have to, if Cesaro has a bad match, it's because you're a bad wrestler. It ain't because of anything he did. You're fucking up if you having bad matches with Cesaro.
It's crazy. Rusev was literally just standing on the mountain, and then Cesaro just walked up, looked him right in the eye.
We the people, Cesaro, man, look.
Yo, I need that fucking. I'm sorry. I need that meme of James Franco looking with the noose over his neck, talking about first time, huh?
That's
That's hilarious.
wow, Cesaro. We have to go to the wheel. I mean, come on, man. We don't.
Yeah, there's not much to say. We know.
He literally,
We all know.
he literally lifted Big Show and just threw him over the top. I mean,
Yeah, he picked
Bro.
up Big Show by himself, single handedly, no help. Just
you want
Think-
to know how hard that is? Jay Cargill tried to do that with Nia Jax, and it looked awful.
Facts. Cesaro did that shit dolo.
Damn near ran with it.
I was gonna say he damn near took off on this nigga. He made it look easy, and there's no way in the hell they could have ever been easy.
God's favorite champion.
I
God's favorite champion wins again.
love how close it was between Cesaro and Rusev right there.
That's hilarious.
Yo, William Regal not being on this list is gonna annoy me.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna bother me too.
Oh, that was Regal too. Wow. And Farouk.
And Farouk, yes.
I just realized what the other two was. That's a great list. Damn.
Yeah, that round was tough.
Big crazy round.
All right, we're on to the next. Crap. You know, a lot of names were said. All right, well, you know what? I'm gonna just drop a nuke on this right quick. I'm gonna go Samoa Joe.
I knew it. I knew it. That was literally gonna be. That was gonna be my pick for last round, but I said maybe he can survive to the next round, and I can get to him. But
I
lo and
shouldn't.
behold, here we go.
Yeah. I shouldn't even have to explain Samoa Joe to y'all. Y'all already know what that nigga be about. Man was burying everybody in the ring, single-handedly in the promo, burying Brock, killing Paul Heyman, destroyed Brock pretty much, and then win the title. Like, this man is the epitome of a world champion, WWE champion. Any champion you need, he gonna be it. He was mid-card. He was every other belt he held, bro. Except the world title.
They was booking him on par with Brock, and he looked believable. And Brock looked like he should have. That was one of the few and only people to make Brock kind of look like a chump almost. Like he looked like a legit threat to Brock to the point to where it's just like, yeah, you should be very worried about this nigga, Brock. And he kept catching Brock lacking.
Yeah, Brock. If Brock ran like Samoa Joe might be the only wrestler. If Brock ran away from him, I wouldn't look less of that. I'd be like, I get it.
Yeah, right. He the one dude Brock take off from you. Like, yeah, you probably should move faster. Actually,
Don't get up.
Yeah, go and get up out of there. Go get a gun. Fuck fighting this nigga. Go get a pistol. Samoa just walking around with a towel on, look like he's looking for a fight. Yeah, go get the gun. He got time for this.
That's
too much.
I mean, it's not even close.
Yeah, that's that. I mean, obviously that's three thumbs up.
That's the thumbs up.
Kudo, who's your pick?
I am gonna go with Razor Ramon.
Wow, here we go.
Wow. Here we go.
mean, I don't even know if I have to say anything, but yeah, man, that.
Razor Ramon, the first cool white person I ever seen in my life.
Like, oh man, I just feel like he was part of the black delegation, bro. Like all niggas fuck with Razor Ramon.
Indubitably.
You know what's crazy? I could be petty, but I won't. But go ahead, I won't be petty. There is a.
I think if he wasn't an alcoholic, they would have made him world champion.
No, that's not what I was gonna. I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say Scott Hall would be a better main eventer than Razor Ramon, but
That's
I feel like that's pretty
that is hilarious.
that's that's insanely petty because it's just like, can we can't just go and use Scott Hall in the next pick? So I just I thumbs it up.
That is petty as hell. Of course, thumbs up for me. That's one of my all time favorite wrestlers right there. Razor Ramon, Scott Hall, R.I.P. Bad Guy. Yeah, like that's always gonna be my guy. I seen a dope ass Razor Ramon jacket too. I want that motherfucker. It's a Razor Ramon varsity jacket. That shit dope. It's on you, so
Okay, so it's three thumbs up. Okay. Well, I'm gonna save this guy actually. I just didn't know this round was gonna get this crazy. I'm gonna go with um what's his name? Brody Lee. Luke
No,
Harper.
bro, I literally just wrote him down for my next round. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
niggas was pulling up, boy.
Yeah, he's he showed exactly what he can do in WWE. And then he actually showed you that he has the look in AEW. And I just felt like this dude he really had the total package of like he can do it all. And he proved it all before he died. He really did. And I don't know. I felt like this is gonna sound crazy. I don't even know why, but Luke Harper's death hit me more than Bray's. I don't even know why, but it did. But yeah, I think Luke Harper. I think he had it all. He should have been a champion, at least world champion, at least once.
I share the same sentiments with that. With Luke Harper's hitting more. That one, that one, pulled at the heartstrings, and we already saw what Luke Harper could do, bro. Dude was IC champion for a reason. Like,
And I felt like he just figured it out. Like I guess that might be what it
yeah,
was. He just figured it all out, and it was over.
like man went to the company. I was like, oh, this man's literally about to be he's a future AW night champion, like full on. Like after the whole TNT thing, I was like, all right, they just giving Cody this belt back because he just Brody's a little sick, so he's gonna need some time off, and like that's when it happened. And I'm like, yo, this dude was literally a future champion waiting to happen. The Dark Order was like the like mainstay, like him and the J, even the tag team of I forgot that short dude's name, whatever the hell that nigga's name is, and that he was tagging with, like they were actually even important. Like now they're just a joke at this point.
And if he would have, let's say, and if that guy goes to WWE, goes back to WWE, and he looks at the tribal chief right in his face, I will be all in. I wouldn't even look at. He would not be less than. He is a guy that standing there, like I think Roman Reigns is the measuring stick of like if this guy can do it, and I feel like Roman Reigns looking right at Luke Harper, there's nothing there that's gonna make me be like, Luke Harper, you shouldn't be right here. It'll be like, okay, let's see what's about to happen. Like it's better than Cody's literally the champion right now, and I'd rather have been Luke Harper than Cody looking at Roman Reigns trying to take that belt off of him. But whatever.
The reason I'm gonna give him the nod is because that little run he had between after Bray won the title at Elimination Chamber up until Mania, that run in between there, he was putting on great matches, doing great character work. And wasn't it correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't he wasn't it like a triple threat match between him, Randy, and Bray at some point? Or some shit like that?
It should have been. That's what it
should have been.
That's what it looked like it was leading to, but it was just
look like it was leading to. Yeah, I think people that's what it was. I think people wanted that to happen because of how good he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like that whole nuance of him always kind of looking at Randy sideways as if he didn't really trust him, and then them eventually having a match. Like, yeah, that was dope to me. So he was. I would have. I would have liked to have seen him get a chance to be champion for sure. So I give him a thumbs up.
Yeah, man, thumbs up, bro. IC champion Luke Harper with the names that he killed on the back of it, on the back of his vest he used to wear, Adam crossed out. Yeah, bro, dude was lit.
Yeah, thumbs up.
All right. So I'm gonna take it back to a little ways. Um, I this is again one of the people who I'm kind of surprised never got to be world champion. Like I don't know, his presentation was just so elite. On top of great in ring ability, great entrance music. It's you find it hard to believe a motherfucker like this was never champion. It's like what were they doing? And especially based on the time where he was really prominent, he 1,000% could have been and should have been champion. Me, Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig,
I knew it. God damn it.
like super prominent in the new generation era, and it was just like he definitely could have been champion. I was more of a fan of his than Bret Hart. To me, he was nicer to Bret than me. That's just me though. He definitely could have been and should have been champion. Because I'm like, if Bret can be champion, Mr. Perfect could have been champion. My man threw 100-yard pass to himself. But all of the logistics of that is fucking ridiculous. First of all, the fact he even threw that far, then you caught it yourself. Like, all right, but he was perfect.
I think the ridiculousness of that is great. I love it.
it's so great, bro. Like unhinged shit. Like, now, Mr. Perfect definitely should have gotten a championship run again. Because how I always look at it too is just like kind of like what Soldier said, the measuring stick of how I look at it is who in your time could I have seen you stand across from and be like, okay, this ain't out of the ordinary, this don't look bad, this looks legit. Him across from Sean, him across from Brett, him across from Yoko, like he matches all of those people
Mhm.
by far. Like I would put him above Brett personally. And he's on par with Sean. Like he definitely could have been world champion at that time.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know about Mr. Perfect until I met his son, Curtis Axel,
That's cool.
and I was like, "Who the hell is this nigga?" And they were like, "That's Mr. Perfect's son." I'm like, "All right, let me go do my history." And I was like, "Okay." So his dad was trillions times better than he is. I don't know what genes Curtis Axel took on, but yeah, his dad was among the elite, and he
It's
never got
still
it.
crazy to me that that's his father.
Yeah, like when people pointed that out to me, I was like, "What?" Like this dude that's him. That's Mr.
So
Perfect's
how old was
imperfect son.
Mr. Perfect when this nigga was born? Because Curtis Axel was like, how old is this nigga? This nigga older than Waza. And and Mr. Perfect is got to be in like Triple H and Shawn Michaels age range. He had to have him young or something. I don't know.
Hold on, I'm trying to do my research here.
But so was that a thumbs up or a thumbs down, Marquez?
No, it's a thumbs up because Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig was top tier. Like when I did my research in history, I was like, this dude's lit. His son's trash, but his dude's lit.
Son still catching straight.
I gotta
What
continue to
say
wear this dude.
what say you what what say you Kudo?
Hey man, that nigga get a thumbs up just off the perfect plex, bro.
Clean.
Like he's just that. Like if I was able to see like him versus Kurt, oh, that shit would have been lit.
Oh my god, that would have been fun. Iron Man match.
Yep.
That's exactly what I want to see. Kurt Angle. Iron Man match. Let's go.
If my math is correct, Mr. Perfect was 21 when Mr. Axel was born.
Oh yeah, he was real young. That nigga wasn't on purpose. What say you, so?
Um, I'll give a thumbs up. I mean, the man used to throw the towel like behind his back, and he never dropped it. So I mean, he was pretty perfect.
Bruh, the motherfucker threw that. Y'all seen that video where he throws the towel and it lands on bruh's shoulder?
That's great.
Like he threw the shit. He threw the shit behind his back and it landed on his man's shoulder. I was just like, all right, how? And it's not like one of the videos. This was like live with him in the ring, like on TV doing this. I was like, bro, how the fuck that shit literally was perfect.
I feel like I wish there was a compilation of him catching that towel. I feel like he never dropped it. Like, how do you never drop it? I mean, Matt Hardy literally couldn't even stand on the ropes and without falling at least twice. This dude is throwing a towel behind his back and catching it every time.
What, you spun? Hey, nigga, did anybody want to drop out before Marquez spun?
No, I mean, I didn't even know he was spinning until he started spinning.
This nigga didn't say nothing to nobody.
Oh man! All right, off of a non-official spin, I'll take it back.
Wait, who are the participants again?
Mr. Perfect, Samoa Joe, Brody Lee, and Razor Ramon.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
I know. Yeah, that's kind of tough, but
Number one gonna be Hornswoggle.
yeah, it really is.
Hilarious.
Low key. All right, let's respin that and go.
Nigga won again. Look, so winning all the spins now, baby.
I'm angry, but I'm also not angry.
That's hilarious.
Soul's pick was
Brody Lee.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that works.
Yeah,
Hey, the other guys ain't making it though, but that's cool. especially Samoa Joe not making it. That's crazy.
Yeah. Honestly,
that's
you said Samoa Joe, that shocked me. I forgot he didn't win.
That's what's crazy, bro. Like some of these people, you be like, wait, they never won a title.
That's crazy.
Like what the fuck? Joe definitely should have won though.
Mm-hmm.
Let me name down the 5 for y'all: Ted DiBiase, Umaga, Arn Anderson, Rusev, and Brody Lee. And now we reach pick. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we'll for the first time ever, we're gonna do actually the first time we've done a back-to-back list before, so we're gonna end it here at the 6th pick, and then we're gonna continue the next 6 tomorrow. So for my 6th pick, actually not 6th, it's 7th. Yeah, seventh actually. Yeah. So for the seventh pick, I'm gonna actually make a pick that nobody's ever gonna choose at all. But this person that I'm choosing,
Oh no.
they had every capability in the books except for in-ring ability. But I believe that could have been fixed and worked on over time. And they actually, I feel like low key, this is just me. Low key, they could have held a world title with the right booking. I'm going with Enzo.
Enzo Amore.
Correct.
All right.
Yeah, all right.
That
All
all
right. What's
right.
the
That all right spoke volumes, my nigga.
Hey, look,
I'm the
Mike work.
only mic work was key. Only thing, but see, that's now while we've had this discussion that your presence, your ability to speak is more important than the wrestling part. The wrestling part is still important, and while Enzo wasn't the greatest, and he could have got better over time, he was just from what we saw, he was just so woefully behind that it was going to take a while. And even if he had gotten good, the reason I'm gonna have to vote no is because Enzo wasn't Enzo was too small, at least to me, to be a believable world champion. Like he was lighting ass. It was he just didn't have the look of a champion for real as far as like his size is concerned. If he got he would have had to have gotten like Mighty Mouse big, like if that makes sense. That type of diesel on a smaller person to have looked believable. He would have had to got bit like Neville size.
You know, it's crazy. I think that's where he's at right now, currently.
That's funny as hell. But yeah,
Like
he would have to
you get him the Mighty Mouse. You get him like a. I was gonna say get him a Diesel. I'm like nigga had big cast.
right. So
When I think about Enzo Amore, I feel like, and this can always change, but he just looked absolutely ridiculous. Like he looked really ridiculous. And if you want to talk about his mic work and his presence being great, that's all well and good. But Paul Heyman's presence and mic work is great too. That don't mean he needs to be the world champion. So
that's very true.
I'm a thumbs down because honestly, that dude's calling for real was supposed to be a modern day what's the guy who has the whistle all the time? I forgot his name. That was in ECW. Oh my god, I forgot his name. He used to have this whistle on him. And he used to just blow the whistle constantly. I forgot his name. But that's who he should have been. I gotta look him up.
Bill Alfonso.
Yes, that was his calling, is to be Bill Alfonso, not a wrestler. And that's he would have been like that. That's just he should have been a manager.
I ain't heard Bill Alfonso in a long time.
So thumbs down.
That's a very accurate comparison.
He could have made Big Cass a main eventer just by being next to him. He could have put Enzo with Sheldon Benjamin, put him with Cesaro, put him with these people. He would have helped these people who can't talk.
Yeah, these people the people who need somebody to talk to them, he would have been perfect for them. And then you if you gonna put a title on him, put a mid card title on.
He could have. He was kind of like Shane McMahon a little bit. But anyway, that's thumbs down.
Yeah, I'm gonna go thumbs down just because, like, yeah, I don't know if I don't even know if you could change his look if he would still be like, oh yeah, definitely take him serious now. It's like, nah, man. Like he's a great talker, but that's about it. Like you gotta have, even if it's like small, you gotta have some kind of like wrestling to get you over. I think his shit was just like a dive that Cash just threw that nigga. So
like what is this finish?
Facts. I don't even know what the fuck
It
his
was
Memorial finisher is.
it was the DDG. It was a diving DDT.
Man, come on, man.
I had a feeling it was gonna get thumbs down. So I just feel like throwing it out there. Why not?
It was great.
DDG was
It was one of those, again. Enzo, it's we all know the nigga could talk himself into any picture and just he could, again, if he could be Big Cass's mainstay of talking point of getting him to a world title.
Yeah, we made it seem like we scoffed at it jokingly, but like I mean, hell, it was an inventive pick. I wasn't mad at it. It's on you, Kudo.
I'm gonna go with Vader. Like,
Big Van Vader.
that actually shocked me that he never like held the title once.
Shawn Michaels.
And that might be a thing, bro. It's like, yo, all these niggas, you know.
I think, bro, the way this thing is so Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The way he said Shawn Michaels, you would have thought that nigga Shawn had a Hogan and Bruno rings.
Facts.
Bro, he did it. He did that when all those dudes left and it was just him and the WWE was sinking. Shawn Michaels was like, yo, this is my jam. Like it's like documented. This dude was like you think Triple H was bad. Jesus Christ.
That's what's crazy is Triple H gets the reputation for his run that Shawn Michaels is way more deserving of. Like a lot of the passes, a lot of the gripes against Triple, and I'm not saying Triple H is a saint by any means, but a lot of the gripes and shit that Triple H get, it really should be directed more towards Shawn Michaels.
Mm.
Shawn got to skate by because a lot of people's favorite is Shawn, but it's really him.
Yeah.
This motherfucker's in on foot.
Yeah.
Shit, he the reason why him and Rock ain't never have a match.
I mean, Undertaker had to damn near kill him to drop the belt to Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold. This nigga literally had to stand backstage, taped up, ready to put hands on this nigga if he ain't dropped the belt to Austin.
But it's funny, you know what's crazy? As bad as Shawn Michaels is, he's a far second from Hulk Hogan.
As horrible as he is, he pales in comparison to Hulk Hogan.
Which is unbelievable.
It's like it's Hogan, and then 6 miles away is Michaels, and then 2 miles away is everybody else.
Exactly. Which is why that Hogan and Shawn Michaels feud was so insanely political. Them niggas was like, and Shawn, at the end of the day, Hogan still won, and just like, and Shawn Michaels was oversold the whole match.
Hogan won the battle, but Michaels won the war because that's the funniest wrestling match in history. And Hogan looks like a fucking idiot, and he hates it.
Yeah.
Because HBK was like, "Word, you going over? Bet."
That's a thumb. But even though we didn't say anything about Vader, that's a thumbs up for me.
Thumbs up.
It was damn thumbs up. It was just the way they Shawn Michaels. It's on you now. So
All right. Here's one, and it's weird because at the time, people didn't want this, but damn, he deserved to run. Lex Luger.
Shawn Michaels.
There you go.
Hey, hold on. This might be Shawn Michaels' fault.
This, I'm
That
not
might have
even
been,
trying to be. I'm
that
not
might
I'm
even
gonna miss
trying to
Shawn
be.
for everything.
that might have been
I'm,
Brett Yokozuna right there. Bro.
listen, I'm joking only slightly though. I feel like Shawn probably had some gripes about it too, but I think this is like Kudo said, more of a Brett Yoko thing, especially Brett. That you want to talk about motherfuckers that don't get enough credit for being shitty? Him.
You know what's crazy about Lex? I ain't never seen this man wrestle in my life. Like I ain't never watched a clip. I've only seen this Netflix.
Lex Luger, I ain't gonna lie. I don't give a fuck about his wrestling. It was just like standard 90s wrestling, but his presence was like he needs a belt around his waist.
His
Yeah,
his
no. He
presence
had
was
presence.
God tier.
Yeah. Like imagine Chris Masters, but amazing.
Imagine
That's crazy, but true.
Chris Masters, but amazing. That is the most accurate description of Lex Luger ever. Chris Masters, but he's actually cool. The torture rack was my swim was a go to swimming pool move too.
The crowd loved that move. If you look back and watch it back in the like watch the old
The
episode.
crowd loved the torture rack.
Yeah, when he signaled for it, like the people used to go crazy.
Uh,
Um, I'm gonna give a thumbs up simply because that was gonna be my pick this round. Yeah, but yeah, Lex was dope as hell and definitely should have been champion.
He did have
That
like
aura,
he had some Roman Reigns heat doing his run in WWE though. But he still deserved something.
yeah, I'm going mostly based off his look and aura, and he had that. And Flair was out here putting this nigga over like it was crazy. Every promo he could.
He called him the package.
which is a wild ass name for a man to call another man.
Why he's sitting in his underwear.
Yeah, that
Crazy.
was crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. Torture rack, bro. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. Like I never watched, Lex and WWE. I was just always watching WCW, and like he was one of my favorites there. So I give it a thumbs up.
Didn't he torture rack Big Show?
Yeah, probably, most likely.
Yeah, I mean, okay. He should have won the championship then, right there. Dude, torture racking Big Show is way more impressive than doing the AA on Big Show. You're literally like jumping this dude on your shoulders.
Yeah,
That's crazy. It's a
yeah, because you're
submission.
keeping this motherfucker up on your. I'm gonna say it's a fucking submission move where you're holding him up in the air.
Mhm.
Bouncing him up and down on your shoulders. 500 pounds. It's crazy.
His body weight fully on yours, and you jumping up and down with this nigga. Um, but yeah, Lex definitely got the thumbs up for me. So my pick is gonna be a bit unorthodox. but I feel like there was a small brief period in here they could have put the title on him. Rikishi.
It's a good pick.
There was a time period where Rikishi kind of very quietly moved up into the main event scene.
Mm-hmm.
He was like at the top of the mid card. He kind of slid up into the main event scene, and this was during the Attitude Era. He didn't look out of place.
Yeah, he was
Like,
very popular.
and he was extremely pop. Like, yeah. And if you would have to be a certain age, but yeah, Rikishi was crazy popular at one point in time, like crazy popular. And then they would book him at times very strongly as well. That 2000 Rumble, that nigga had the most eliminations. And then it took like 11 motherfuckers to get him out the ring, or at least 7.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, he had a run, and Rikishi had some dope spots. Like when that nigga jumped off the cage, that was crazy.
Yeah, Rikishi, like you take all his, joking and dancing and stuff aside, like the nigga, the nigga was legit. Like he was a force to be reckoned with.
Like a
Honestly,
million.
he probably like what if we comparing him to the rest of his family. I mean, he wasn't Yoko, but hey, man, them thrust kicks was looking crazy.
The
Like the
fact
nigga
that
ran
him
over,
and Yoko,
the nigga ran over Austin, bro.
this nigga hit Austin with a car. The fact that him and Yokozuna had the super kick in their arsenal was crazy. And they actually could get their leg up that high. That's crazy.
Diabolical work right there.
Like he could have had a good 2-3 month reign probably with that belt.
Exactly. Especially when he got into the whole Austin and Hunter shit. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely.
And he got like 18 kids in the bloodline. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Thumbs up for Rikishi.
He birthed the bloodline. Yeah.
Um, this, I'm not even being funny, but for me, and this like I'm dead serious. His ass was just in the way. The man used to pull his ass like his tights up into a thong, and that alone was just like I can't even see you. I can't like I don't even like if he became like champion. I'm just like yo, I don't know. I don't know. Me personally, I can't see it because his ass was just like everywhere. Like not even sense of like I mean like he could have changed his entire gimmick and like stopped doing all that. But it's like, bro, I've seen so much of you that it's kind of nuts for me.
Hey. What he's trying to tell y'all is
No hits.
That's the words. Yeah, I can't do it. I mean, I have to give it a thumbs down. And the thing is, he was also pretty old at that point because he was around since like he was around like early '90s, wasn't he? Like early '90s.
Actually, late 80s.
He came. He was old. Like, but he caught lightning in the bottle and they got him up there. But he was pretty old for that moment. But
I
it's
mean,
just
we can tell by his life now how he's way older than what we realized he was back then because the fucking Usos are his children and they're approaching 40. They're not as old as kids.
yeah. There you go. I mean, and I, so no, I just have to give it. I got it. I just can't see it. I'll give him a thumbs down. If I'm running the company, I'm not even putting the belt on him, so I can't lie and say thumbs up because I wouldn't even do it.
hey, we respect the opinion. which leaves it down to just Lex and Vader to go to the wheel for our last pick of the day before we save it for tomorrow. So let's go to the wheel, y'all. All right, final spin of the day.
Beta time.
It
Vader
is
time.
Vader time. Kudo time. That boy finally hits the board again. Soul had like 3 in a row. That was getting kind of crazy a little bit.
Yeah, man, fuck this wheel now, bro. So win too much, bro. Fuck this shit.
Oh, that's crazy. And the wheel finally did the wheel do a heel turn or a face turn since Soul was with it?
I don't know no more at this one. I'll tell you this right now. The wheel is definitely on Soul's side though, as of today. We'll see what happens tomorrow though. We'll see y'all next time for the rest of the 6 on the top 12 wrestlers who should have been world championship list. Ranger Rankings continues next time.
Peace.
You must be sleeping under a rock or something.